Can you guys hear me out there? We're good. Okay. This is great facility in the room, and I'm proud to serve as president of North Iowa Area Community College. And I can't tell you how excited we are to have you back here again today for the ribbon cutting of the John V. Hansen Career Center. If you recall, we were here 1 year ago yesterday, and there was snow on the ground. Remember that? So we're excited to be back and really open up a facility for North Iowa, and I think you're going to be pleased with it as you get an opportunity to go there. So I'd like to start by going through some thank yous and doing all of that. And it's a little bit fluid because I'm watching people come in this morning, so forgive me if I'm a little choppy. But just 1 year ago yesterday, we broke ground on the Career Center. And I'd like to thank the Bowman Center staff this morning for hosting us here. I think Jim Haig made his first good weather call of the year coming on inside today. It is raining now, so that's nice. And we're really here to celebrate the substantial completion of the facility today with you, and we welcome you after the ceremony to come out for a tour. I do want to share with you that we're not at 100% completion yet, so we're still installing some equipment and some IT, and you'll see some people around today. But our students did arrive on scene yesterday for their first day, and they're going to join us. We have a bunch of our advanced manufacturing construction students here and some of our nursing students that were greeting you as you came in with programs. We'll try to do another ribbon cutting when we get back with all the students. So just really excited to get started. I want to recognize a few of our special guests today. Down front here we have John V. and Carolyn Hanson. Their son Jay, he's over here. He'll be up on the podium here in a little bit. Hugh Bauer from Winnebago Outdoors, president of Winnebago Outdoors. He'll be speaking. He's down here in the front. Dr. Ann Lebo, thank you for coming from the Department of Education. And Jeremy Varner, who is also in the crowd somewhere. Where'd you go? There, Jeremy. Jeremy is here, also from the Department of Education, and he is the administrator for the Division of Community College and Workforce Preparation, and worked with the community colleges as well as the legislature as we put together some change in the law with our old friend Josh Burns to allow us to really qualify for this $1 million from the state that supported this as well. I invited a bunch of people today, so are there any area legislators in the room? I haven't seen them this morning. Anybody here, elected official? Okay. Forest City Mayor and City Council, are you here? Okay, there we go. Thank you for your support and helping us get a piece of land to get this done. Elected board members, these kinds of projects really don't happen without the vision of board members, and in this case, we have a lot of them. All right, so we have the NIAC board here today. I have Doug Krabbe, president, Dave Steffens Jr. I saw Dave walk in. He's back there. Kathy Rottinghouse is here from Charles City. Thanks for coming this morning. And Deborah Hill from Garner. So thank you to my bosses for being here today. Also want to recognize board members from our 4 school districts. So if you're from one of the 4 school districts, Forest City, Garner Hayfield, Lake Mills, or North Iowa, if you're a board member, would you stand and be recognized, please? Anybody here from it? There we go. All right, thank you. There's always a little risk involved in these types of projects, and we're just really glad to partner. I do think it's the wave of the future for us to really put resources together and do great things, so we're excited about that. Superintendents, Darwin Layman down front here from Forest City. Ken Casper from Garner. Did Ken show up in here somewhere? Did I see him? Okay, Tyler Williams, I'm going to recognize Tyler. He's on a boat somewhere in Ozarks today, but he was leading Gardening Hayfield when we made this decision, and we missed Tyler. Chad Cohagen from Lake Mills. I saw Chad somewhere. Where'd you go? Chad's way up in the back. We know who sits in the back row, Chad. And Joe Erickson from Lake Mills. Joe's right up front here, Buffalo Center. There you go, North Iowa. Special guests, I haven't seen Beth Bilyeu this morning. Is Beth in the room? There's Beth. Welcome, Beth, for all your help and guidance. Beth's a NIAC graduate and a great partner of ours always. And then from Berglund and Cram, Doug Forshoe is here. Doug was the main architect on this project, and appreciate that. And we'll get a chance to hear from some of the other partners here as we go forward. So this ribbon cutting today is a celebration between the 4 high schools I just referenced, the City of Forest City Economic Development, and NIAC. And it comes from the recognition that by working together, we can provide high-quality CT opportunities, and we can build a pipeline for the workforce of tomorrow. Like most of our signature programs at the college, It's a private-public partnership that fuels growth and excellence at NIAC. The John V. Hansen Career Center would not be possible without the support of the Hanson Family Foundation. It's a major jumpstart for this. And then followed by the Winnebago Foundation. They stepped in to help support it. And then finally, that put us in a position to qualify to receive the first Department of Ed Career Academy Incentive Fund grant of $1 million. So we're really excited about that. I want to thank our area legislators for supporting the legislation that made that happen. And I want to also share that, we passed a bond issue March 3rd of 2019. And about $1.4 million of that fund is also in this project in one way, shape, or form. So thank you to the voters who are here today for allowing that to happen. So on behalf of NIAC and our 4 local school district partners, I'd like to publicly thank all of the donors and partners for their support of this project. We really would not be here today without you. I also need to thank some of my team members that are here today. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scene, and I'm bound to forget somebody in my thank yous this morning, but I want to reach out to our NIAC team and thank everyone who participated in this. Thanks to Tony Pappas and the facilities crew, Dr. Charlene Widener's here, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Laura Wood, Joe Davis, and Heather Rissler, the division chairs. We have some of our instructors here in the front row. Thank you to them. We have instructors that are teaching the class, that are also in the room today, and I'm going to leave that to Jim to recognize those folks. Brian Wogan, our Director of High School Programs, who wasn't able to be with us today. He's in Florida somewhere. Weak excuse, but we'll let him enjoy some nice weather. But it took a lot of people to do this and do it well. So I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank all of you. Hey, so enough of my comments. We're going to introduce some really important people in this project. And the first person on the list is Dr. Ann Lebo. So Dr. Lebo, if you'd work your way up here, it's a pleasure for me to welcome her back to North Iowa. She began her leadership at the Iowa Department of Education in March of 2020. Would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Lebo?
Well, good morning. It is such a pleasure to be here with all of you today for the grand opening of the new John V. Hansen Career Center. As President Schultz says, it's hard to believe that 1 year has passed since I was standing on what is now the site of the new center, on a cold, snowy day with our hard hats on, and I believe we had some gold shovels for the groundbreaking. And now today, we get to witness this transformational project come to fruition. The John V. Hansen Career Center provides a central location where all students will have access to cutting-edge technology and capital-intensive programs driven by industry needs. I can't wait to tour this amazing facility, and I'm so excited for the opportunity and experiences it will provide. Students from North Iowa, Lake Mills, Forest City, and Garner-Hayfield Ventura school districts will have access to college-level programming and career pathways in some of North Central Iowa's most in-demand fields. They will put their knowledge to work while gaining real-world experience in advanced manufacturing, construction trades, information technology, and health services, all fields we know are certainly in demand, especially right now. But we wouldn't be here today without the commitment and collaboration between all those involved. I'd like to thank President Schultz and his team at NIAC, local school district leaders, the generous support from the Hanson Family Foundation, Winnebago Industries, Kingland Construction, the City of Forest City, and all of the community and industry partners for their vision and commitment to expanding opportunities for students in North Central Iowa. This public-private partnership serves as a model for innovation and expanding opportunities across the state, and we're thrilled for the precedent it will set for more opportunities in the future. It was also the first to be awarded a $1 million competitive grant through the state's Career Academic Incentive Fund, as President Schultz mentioned last year, which supports career academy partnerships between community colleges, school districts, and local business partners. School business partnerships that grow work-based learning are more vital than ever to ensure high school graduates are ready for college or career training, and that Iowa has the skilled workforce needed to strengthen our communities and our economy. The John V. Hansen Career Center represents a promising future for Iowa students and will build a strong talent pipeline that Iowa companies need to grow and innovate. Thank you again for carrying your vision and dedication forward and for the lasting impact this center will have on your students, families, and communities. Thank you.
Foundations make a huge difference, and I know our local NIAC Foundation Board has a couple of representatives here today. Dennis Busta happens to serve on our foundation board as well as the Hanson Family Foundation Board, and we also have David Zaroslik here from Stellar Industries in Garner who serves on our foundation board. And a key that I probably haven't shared a lot, but every one of the students that finishes this program transitions to NIAC and completes the program will have free tuition when they get there. Okay, and that's due to the Future Ready Iowa scholarships and some private dollars that we have. And so this is a tremendous program. And again, it wouldn't have happened without the Hanson Family Foundation. So at this time, it's my pleasure to invite Jay Hanson forward to say a few words on behalf of the foundation.
Well, on behalf of the Hanson Foundation, I'm happy to be here, and we've been trying to find a way to help North Iowans help themselves and to help North Iowa become more competitive and to make students more able to stay here, to get jobs, to feel comfortable, and to make North Iowa the best choice for them. And we feel like the opportunities that the John V. Career Center is creating or will allow people to remain in North Iowa and to make North Iowa more vibrant, have better jobs, have better employers, and to remain good. That's really all I have to say.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Hugh Bauer, president of Winnebago Outdoors, representing the Winnebago Foundation, and his colleague Katie Fries is down here in the front row that's been a part of this project as well. So please welcome Hugh.
So good morning, everyone. Thanks very much indeed for having me here today. It's a great pleasure to be here. I want to thank Jay and the entire Hanson Family Foundation for your deep commitment to Forest City and our North Iowa communities. My name is Hugh Bauer. I'm president of Winnebago Outdoors and oversee the Winnebago branded businesses, the motorhome business here in North Iowa, the towables business out in Middlebury, Indiana, and the specialty vehicles business. And I'm relatively new to Winnebago. I came here within the last year after spending about 15 years with Brunswick Corporation and in sort of various marine positions. And what attracted me to this Winnebago position was the rich, iconic heritage status of our brand, right? We have one of the strongest and most powerful brands in the recreational industry. And for me, it's a privilege to represent that brand on a daily, monthly basis with all our channel partners and within our community. So it's a real pleasure to be here today. Let me give you a brief update on our business, and that ladders directly into why this investment we're making in this community is so important, is simply because our business is doing so well. We have had strong year-over-year growth for the last couple of years. The COVID pandemic situation actually unlocked a huge amount of pent-up demand for people to get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. We have a product portfolio that is unrivaled and it enables people to do that to a tremendous extent. So our demand is very, very significant. We have a vibrant portfolio, as I mentioned, with new product coming to win the hearts and minds of consumers in the marketplace. And we have a market share leading product. We have product that's hitting the marketplace that is winning awards and recognition across the industry. So it's a really exciting portfolio that we represent. We have a passionate team without whom we could do none of this. But the genuine passion, the lack of ego in this business is really, really refreshing. And it's a pleasure to be part of such a humble and committed team. We have a great channel relationships with our dealers and record backlogs, and that record backlog is enabling us to make significant investments in our business. So as we look at our business going forward, we're putting $15 million of capital investments into our various facilities in terms of capacity expansion and equipment and machinery to enable the growth. We're putting $10 million of expense investment into the business as well, just this year alone in the North Iowa facilities. And you know, as we've gone through this, we're humbled by the awards we've won, not only for product, but also recognition in quality. And we produce some of the highest quality, most respected produce in the industry. Our strategy is clear, and again, it's based on three things. One, we have to have winning product in the marketplace that matches consumers' expectations for innovation and satisfies their demands to get into the great outdoors. Two, we have to match capacity to demand, and that is our biggest single constraint at the moment. It's about investing in capacity, it's about unlocking jobs and creating jobs and growth in the local communities, and it's about sorting out our supply chain so we can get enough parts and pieces here to make these vehicles. So that's matching capacity to demand. Our third and fourth pillars are about transforming shopping and transforming the ownership experience, which require digital capabilities in our teams, and we're investing in exciting digital platforms to unlock the shopping experience and the ownership experience that people demand with connected products. So this all leads me into, you know, really the opportunity here, and we're creating great jobs. We're creating great jobs at an hourly entry-level manufacturing position. We're creating great advanced manufacturing jobs. We're creating great jobs in quality, in engineering, in design, in sales and marketing, right across our whole business. I had a roadmap meeting, which is our quarterly meeting with our business, just last week, and I reflected that in the last 3 months, we've promoted 20 people internally to elevated positions in the company, and we've hired 25 salaried people into our business in the last 3 months alone. And they are great, you know, ranging from entry-level salaried positions to VP of production, product design and engineering, who's coming after a 30-year career with Ford and is moving to the Forest City area to lead our engineering team. So really exciting investments in our teams and the opportunities we're creating. So that means that you know, we truly are excited by the investment we can make in this facility and this partnership. We're honored to celebrate the important grand opening milestone with you community leaders who made and foundations to make this facility possible. Winnebago and the Winnebago Industries Foundation, we're proud to partner with the Hanson Family Foundation. We're proud to support the Career Center with an initial 5-year financial commitment, and we're thrilled to be able to partner with so many organizations across the North Iowa community to provide an ecosystem of investment that will support our business going forward for many years. Members of our team are deeply embedded in the community, and I know Mike McQuaid's here. Mike works closely with Jim and other partners to ensure that the Advanced Manufacturing Academy will prepare local students to be employed by Winnebago Industries as they emerge and as they graduate from these programs. And we've been thrilled to provide the learning space on site at Winnebago for the advanced manufacturing students to engage in their program as the finishing touches to the main facility have been put in place. So for us, the John V. Hansen Career Center represents very much the future of the students that it will groom, but also it represents the future of our business as well. So it's a really exciting moment, and I want to thank you for having me here and being patient to listen to me about how excited I am about this business and the growth opportunities we've got ahead. So thank you all. I'm putting a special eye out on those guys wearing caps up there on the advanced manufacturing stream. We're excited to see you on our campus soon. So thanks very much indeed.
Well, we hope to feed your business well as the other folks in North Iowa here as we expand the pipeline for workforce. At this time, I just want to recognize the leadership and vision of our 4 superintendents. These projects don't happen with a leader that looks beyond the short term into the long term. So these folks have committed to 10 years, not only in programming, but in price tag. So I'm going to invite Darwin Layman to speak on behalf of the 4 superintendents today. So Darwin, would you please come forward and please welcome Darwin.
One, I realize the stakeholders have already been recognized, but just a few that I would like to include is a special thank you to John and Carolyn Hansen, Jay. A number you shared when we sat down, the amount of money that the Hansen Foundation has poured into not just Forest City community, but our region is an amazing number, and appreciate that support. Hansen Foundation board members need to be included in that. The one thing that Steve has lacked to give recognition to is his leadership So if you can just join me in recognizing Dr. Schultz for his leadership through this project, I would appreciate that. Without all these stakeholders, today's vision and tomorrow's goals would not be provided to our students in our region. Without your generous support, and again, just to thank you. I wanted to take our time and focus on why. Why would we have the John V. Hansen Career Center? Why is it important? And let me start out from my perspective, the most important one. Let's start with our students. If you would stand, if you are one of the first students to go through the John V. Hansen, if you want to stand and be recognized, we'd appreciate that. Thanks. So as we focus on the why, what is this doing for us? It's creating stronger partnerships between NIAC and the 4 schools. It's providing opportunities for the students that we just recognized there to explore their goals and career pathways. I want to share some Iowa workforce development statistics with you to include why. Healthcare and manufacturing are the largest employment industries in the state of Iowa. That aligns with the 4 that we are providing. Current job openings in the state of Iowa are healthcare, ranked number 1 at 15,259 openings. Manufacturing, ranked number 4 at 6,167 openings. Technical service, which I plugged IT in, is ranked number 5 at 3,700 openings. Construction, ranked number 11 in our state at 1,251. Those are current today openings according to the Iowa Workforce Development, which aligns exactly with the 4 strands we offer. Now, what does the future look like for these 4 strands? The Iowa Workforce Development by 2028 projects the increase in the following areas. Construction will see a 17.1% increase in employee need. Manufacturing 3.6, healthcare 11.8. I think those facts right there expand on why we are doing what we are doing here in the Forest City and North Iowa region. So as I look at today, it's just the beginning of the journey. And our work needs to continue between the schools, NIAC, and our regional partnerships. Stakeholders today, we need to continue to collaborate and challenge each other to accomplish these results. So today I leave you with that challenge as we move forward. Mr. Haig, you got your hands full, and we got huge expectations for your leadership, and we look forward to it. Again, thank you.
We were really excited when Kingland Construction received the bid for this project. It's always great to keep local work with local companies. And I'd like to thank Kingland Construction for their commitment to a tight timeline and, as you know, material delays. A special thanks to Chris Frericks, who's the on-site project manager. He was working with some of our staff from NIAC to help us put equipment and get the place cleaned up yesterday, so that you can see it in ship-shop shape, I guess I'd call that. And I really appreciate the work he's done, including receiving some hurry-up emails from me on occasion, so I appreciate that. At this time, I'd like to invite the president of Kingland Construction, Eric Kingland, to the stage to make a few comments on behalf of Kingland Construction.
A lot of the stakeholders have been acknowledged, but I do think some of them probably need to be acknowledged again. So Eric Kingland, Kingland Construction, we are really proud to be a part of this project. I have a little bit of vested interest in this on a few different levels, but first off, as a school board member for Forest City, it's a kind of a passion of mine to get the trades and things back into our curriculum to the level that we are. So it's great to see it come to fruition and get here like it is. Darwin will probably get mad at me, but I would like to acknowledge it. He's had a really nice nomination. It's a peer nomination of the state, which makes it even better. SAI gave him acknowledgement for Superintendent of the Year with that nomination, so I'd like to recognize him. I think most people would recognize in this region he's a leader. He's also a leader in the state, and he would be a key part of why this project and many others have happened here in Forest City. So Darwin, congrats.
Most of the partners have been discussed, but I do think NIAC, the Hanson Foundation, all of the districts have committed to this, and that will continue. The greatest part about it is it's a long-term commitment. It's something that is a work in progress. Some ways it's starting off small, other ways it's kind of starting off big, but I do anticipate it to get bigger and better. We have a lot of support, and we really need skilled trades in this area. The country is experiencing a massive amounts. Darwin alluded that there's 1,000 jobs in the construction industry. I'd contest that number. It's probably significantly higher than that. They're just not posted. He alluded to a 17% likely increase over the next few years, and I would probably say it's probably going to be more than that between the attrition of retirements and or people choosing other career paths. Biggest thing I'd like to do is through this initiative and others is really show our kids that there's so much opportunity in Iowa. I was an Iowa, Iowa bred and born, moved away, moved to Illinois, went to high school and college there, but I had an opportunity to move back to the area, and so I tell people a lot about, letting the kids maybe go and experience other things, but then once we have our families and you want to raise your family in the right areas, you come back to Iowa, because there are those opportunities, and they're going to get better and greater as we go with programs like this. Key players, it takes quite an army to be able to do any project of any size in our industry. But obviously there's key players that we need to acknowledge in that. The NIAC facilities team has been obviously instrumental. Bergman and Cram was already mentioned, but Doug and his team on the design side. Most people don't understand the level of a project like that, or even this facility, which we happen to build, by the way. That was kind of a shameless plug, but yet it's another one that we're pretty proud of to have in our resume. So the design staff has to go through and do a lot of that work, and so as a constructor, they put it on paper, and it's our job to bring it in and put it into 3D and reality. Kingland construction side, we have our office staff. Anybody with Kingland construction, you guys can all stand up, be recognized, please. Chris Frericks is our project manager. Brian Swenson, raise your hand. We call him Swenny. He's our lead, he's our field general. He's the guy that took pretty much every one of our tradespeople and all of our partners underneath, so our subcontractors, both on the electrical side. So I'll name off those companies because they don't get acknowledged much. We don't do the electrical work, we don't do the plumbing, we don't do the HVAC, but thank you. Doors Inc., Eddie's Glass, Gullickson and Kruger Electric, HSI was the drywaller out of Des Moines, Jennings Painting and Decorating out of Clear Lake, Jim's Carpet One did the flooring out of Fort Dodge, Jim and Dude's Plumbing and Heating out of Albert Lee, TB Masonry, Wicks Construction did the concrete work out of Decorah, and Yonco did the excavation site work, and then they supply the ready mix. Those are 8 to 10 of probably 30 companies, not only from Iowa, but around the country that had an impact on this project. There have been quite a few challenges on this project and many others due to the supply chain. It's the world we live in right now, so we're working through that. But again, thank you to all the partners, and I'd like to see it continue to be a great thing. Thank you.
Okay, our final speaker today is the director of the Hanson Center, and that's Jim Haig. And for those of you who know Jim, he lacks a little energy, but other than that, he's going to do a great job. He's embedded himself in Forest City and in this project, and I'm just really excited about his leadership and that combined with what the students are going to share back home. This facility is going to be full. Jim and I were having a conversation. We want to use this facility all day, every day, afternoon, evening, and for our high school programs. And you worry about that when you build a new facility, right? How do we get people engaged? Last week we were talking about how do we protect some time for the NIAC stuff? because it's already filling up, and we're really excited about it. So I'll let Jim tell you a little bit about the facility and what he's been up to. So Jim, come on forward.
Well, good morning. My name is Jim Haig, and I count it an honor, a privilege, and a blessing to serve as the director of the John V. Hansen Career Center. I would be remiss if I wasn't to take a minute and recognize some thank yous of our generous donors, supporters, partners who've been mentioned previously. I'll go through a few specific ones later. Without your generosity, support, resources, and leadership, we would not be here today. Your investment in this project in the region creates a legacy that starts today and will last for a very long time. Our mission and vision of the John V. Hansen Career Center is to have programs and a facility designed to help school districts, students, families, adults, business, industry, and communities provide educational opportunities to its stakeholders. We've talked a lot about our high school student programming. This facility is going to be a multi-use, multifaceted, multi-dimensional facility that's going to provide opportunities across many different groups. We're going to do this by placing a strong emphasis on college and career readiness, placing a strong emphasis on high-quality career and technical education, and we're going to work hard to meet the Future Ready Iowa goal of 70% of Iowans in the workforce having education beyond high school by the year 2025. The ability to provide high-quality career technical education in advanced manufacturing, construction trades, health careers, and information technology has been identified as a need in the workforce in this region, and we look forward to being a part of the solution to help fill the gap both locally and regionally. We want to build a pipeline, and you've heard the term pipeline used often. We want to build a pipeline here in the region to keep people here, fill employment opportunities, and grow the local and regional economy. We also want to grow and promote lifelong learning now and in the future for those who would like to take advantage of being lifelong learners. We're going to do this through NIAC's continuing education programs, NIAC's adult education and literacy programs, and as well as partnerships with local community, business, and industry participants. As you can see, there's many people who are going to be potentially impacted by this wonderful facility. I want to take a couple minutes to talk and recognize a few special thank yous. The people at NIAC, I want to give a special thanks to President Schultz, Dr. Charlene Widener, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Student Learning, Shelley Schmidt, the Vice President of HR, Brian Wogan, Director of School Partnerships, and our division chairs, Dr. Laura Wood, Heather Rissler, and Joe Davis, for this opportunity, and the confidence to allow me to serve in this leadership role. Be assured, I will work hard to make this a model program for our area and the state, and I'm looking forward to continuing our work together. Let's give the NIAC people a nice round of applause. As Steve alluded to, I want to give a special thanks to the community of Forest City and the surrounding communities who have enthusiastically and graciously welcomed the John V. Hansen Career Center into the community and the region. I just want to be here and I want to tell you, the outpouring of support, encouragement, and positive feedback has been overwhelming and has not gone unnoticed. We very much appreciate everyone's warm welcome and look forward to becoming an integral part in the community and this region. A couple of special community partners. I want to recognize Forest City Economic Development. I want to recognize Beth Bilyeu and Sean Keeper. If you guys would raise your hands. Beth and Sean have just opened up their resources to me and allowed me to connect through their networks. And their insight and assistance helping me get it connected in the community and the region quickly has been very advantageous. Let's give the economic development a nice round of applause. I also want to recognize Forest City Chamber of Commerce, Norma Hertzer and Lacey, right down front, again, for helping promote and communicate information about the John V. Hansen Career Center through their strong network. I look forward to working with economic development and chambers of commerce, not only in Forest City, but the surrounding community as well as our school partners. But Norma and Lacey have helped me connect with those people, and we'll continue to network through them. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Obviously, I have a job because of the commitment of 4 school districts. I want to thank our school districts for your commitment to your students and the families. Your high level of commitment is commendable and admirable, and kudos for a job well done. I also want to thank the school personnel, the superintendents, the high school principals, and the counselors for your involvement on our advisory board and your willingness to provide us with valuable input throughout. Let's recognize our school partners. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize Darwin Layman and his team. What a warm welcome I received upon coming to Forest City. They took me in, gave me an office landing space in their district office. They gave me access to their resources and their personnel. They also helped me network locally. But I think the thing I appreciated being in the offices at the district office of Forest City, they've allowed me to get insight and perspective as we begin this project on really what the culture and the climate of Forest City is going to present and the things that we can achieve. So I look forward to the partnership again with the Forest City people. Let's recognize them as well. Like Steve, I'd like to recognize Tony Pappas and his team in facilities management. Their hard work and preparation for this opening has been unbelievable. Every time that we've asked something of them, they've provided and more. There have been many trips from campus and so many small details they've managed that I have not had to. And I just want to tell Tony, great job to you and your team. So let's give Tony and his team a round of applause. So in August when school started, the facility was not quite ready. It wasn't ready, okay? It was far from ready. And we had to have a plan B. And we had some alternate site partners that I'd be remiss if I didn't mention them today. Allow me to explain. Because our facility was not ready to go at the beginning of the year, we had some partners step up and offer space within their businesses here in Forest City. They willingly and graciously opened their doors and gave us access to their space, as well as their personnel and resources. Without their help, we wouldn't be ready to transition to this wonderful facility, and I'd like to recognize these groups individually. Our advanced manufacturing was welcomed by Winnebago Industries through the help of Mike McQuaid in HR, Chad Reese, Director of Corporate Relations, and Noah Reed, who serves as the facilities manager. Thank you. Let's recognize that, Winnebago. Construction Trades was welcomed by Kingland Construction, as you know, who also served as our general contractor for this project. I want to thank Eric Kingland, President, and Chris Ferrix, who served as our project manager, for their support and ability to use their facility, as well as we look forward to partnering with you in the future. Let's hear from Kingland. Are you seeing a theme here? We were able to place our programs in business and industry in the program. You'll see a theme develop here. Health Careers was welcomed by the Good Samaritan Society of Forest City. Our students were welcomed by Holly Brink, who serves as the administrator, and her tremendous team. We had some challenges with COVID and a care facility, managed flawlessly. I want to recognize Holly and the people at Good Samaritan. Thank you. And our fourth program, Information Technology, was welcomed by Manufacturers Bank and Trust. I want to thank Dennis Boost, the president, as well as Rachel Stensrud, Chief Operations Officer, for their help and assistance throughout this time. Each of these people gave us an extension, and then when we weren't quite ready, another extension. And I just want to recognize Dennis and Rachel. The bank was closed one day. They came in and opened it for our kids. So let's recognize Manufacturers Bank and their people. You know, the situation with the building not being quite ready was really a blessing in disguise. Our students got to see day-to-day operations in top-class environments with great people. I appreciate the flexibility from our 4 alternate partners from the outset and their understanding about the fluid nature of our situation. I appreciate our working relationship that has been created, and I look forward to our partnerships in the future. The last group I'd like to recognize is our faculty, who have been working with our students since day one. Under the direction of our division chairs, I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge the work of our faculty through this temporary time frame. Their dedication, support, flexibility, patience, and willingness to do whatever it takes to help students has been remarkable and commendable. I really believe that once they're in the facility on a daily basis, I know they're going to appreciate it, and that it's all worth it. I want to recognize Tony England. I want to recognize Ryan Strom. I want to recognize, let me back up. Ryan Strom's our advanced manufacturing instructor. Tony England's our construction trades instructor. Kelly Miller and Jeremy Baldus are our IT instructors, as well as Michelle Heimer, who leads our health program, and Sue Benke, Kirsten Lubkeman, Carrie Finley, and Tina Hoffman, who are working with our health career students. Our faculty have been amazing, and they've done a phenomenal job, and I cannot wait for them to get in the facility and do what they do with our students. So let's recognize the faculty from... I was directed to conclude my remarks with just some simple directions of how things are going to function at the facility. If you don't know how to get to the facility, it's Crystal Lake Road and Narrum Drive. You'll go down John K. Hanson Drive. If you go south and follow everybody, I'm sure you'll find it. It's on the west side of Narrum Drive, a large copper and bronze colored building. Our open house and tours are going to be free flowing. If you turn your program over, there's a map, and each of the 4 areas will have faculty, staff, and students welcoming you there to talk about the programs that are going to be in each of the areas. And you also have a pamphlet which allows you to have the curriculum and the programming that's going to be a part of the information provided to you today. Cookie and refreshments will be available. Parking's available in the parking lot, and the street is also available for overflow. Once you get there, feel free to go whatever route you want to go. Make sure you see all 4 areas. And then we have a 5th area we call the Fab Lab. The Fab Lab is a multi-purpose area, and all the rooms are marked, so you'll be able to find them. The Fab Lab is a multi-purpose area within the facility that allows us to do many things. One of those being having the opportunity to bring in business, industry, any other partners that want to partner with us to use the facility. As Steve mentioned, we want the facility busy. The building was built to be wore out, not to sit there and look nice, right, John? We built it to use it, and we're going to use it, and we're going to try to fill it up. So every one of you, if you have a business or industry, or you in your mind are thinking, I think we could do something there, get a hold of me. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation and see if we can make something happen. Again, thanks again. I count it as a privilege to serve as the director, and I want to turn it back over to Steve for some closing comments.
Easy to see we got the right guy for the job, so we're really pleased to have Jim in charge. I'm going to close today by a final thank you to the Hanson Family Foundation, the Winnebago Foundation, the Department of Education, and all of our partners. You know, this is really a team effort, and we wouldn't be here without you. So one last big thank you from me. The actual address for your GPS is 124 Narrum Drive South. Okay, so we'll look forward to seeing you all there. One thing Jim didn't tell you is we really have tours for this group from now until 1. But if you can't make it then, we're open for the whole public from 1 to 3 this afternoon. So please stop by and take a look at this great facility. Thanks again for coming.